Hi everybody, and welcome back to Harry's Music Room. This video that I'm going to do is about bands or artists that I really think you people should all know about and maybe give a listen to. But before I get started, I would like to say that today's video is brought to you by Suave Hairspray. It's the only hairspray that I use. Okay, now let's get down to it. First artist I want to talk about is a Americana roots alt country artist. He's been around for a long time. He's got 11 albums out. I only have one of them on vinyl. The others I have on CD. And that's Rod Picot. Rod grew up in Maine, lives in Nashville. When he was in Maine, he grew up with a friend of his who also became a singer-songwriter by the name of Slade Cleaves. Together, Rod and Slade have written many songs, including one called Broke Down, which some of you may know. He's also written a song, I think, with Fred Eaglesmith. But Rod is a great guy, great songwriter, and a great writer, not just of songs, but the stories in the books that he's currently writing. And he does a daily thing on Facebook almost where he tells the story of his father, and he writes out the way his father speaks with the heavy Maine accent, and it's really well done. He's just a great writer. So check him out. And what I'm going to do is underneath down below, I'll put some links to some of the videos by these artists so you can check them out for yourself. And leave a comment here. Let me know what you think of these artists. And if you watch their video, leave a comment there and let them know what you think of their music. Okay, so the next artist is someone I dearly love as a friend, but he's just a great artist. And that is Ed Hamill, who goes under the name of Hamill on Trial. Ed is, it's hard to explain Ed. Shades of Lenny Bruce, Joe Strummer, Iggy Pop, Bill Hicks. He's part comedian, he's part folk, poet, anarchist, you name it. He's opened for Alejandro Escovedo, Ani DeFranco. Ani DeFranco produced one of his albums, I believe. He's toured with Ani numerous times, opened for her. He's toured and opened for Alejandro. He's originally from Syracuse, New York. He does all his own artwork. He also sells paintings. Some of his artwork is really, he's got a style. It's pretty amazing. I mean, really, anyways, I'll leave links. But he grew up in Syracuse. When he was in high school, I believe, Yoko Ono was doing an art exhibit in Syracuse, and he knew someone who was able to sneak him into the event, where he waited to meet John Lennon. And he tells the story in a song that he wrote called Lennon. So look for that link below. Anyways, Ed Hamill, he's amazing, just amazing. He can play blues, he can play slide guitar, he can rock it. He plays this old, I think it's a 1930s Gibson. He just kicks ass. He's probably done coast-to-coast tours, driving by himself, I don't know, 20, 30 times, maybe more in the last couple of decades. He's constantly on the road. And if you ever you should sign up for his Facebook, because he's currently going out and doing tours. He does clubs. He'll do house concerts if you're interested in hosting a house concert. So check him out. Hamill on Trial. And then I'm just going to show a few more of his album covers. This was an early Syracuse band he was in called The Works. And then we have one of his records called Tackle Box. He said he called it Tackle Box because it's got all the hooks. And again, he does all his own artwork. A live album, limited to 100 copies. It is on CD, however. One of my favorites, Chooch Town. This is a great album. This would be a good place to start if you just want to listen. The first song, Go Fuck Yourself. You've got to listen to it. Oh, I love his stuff. This is a test pressing that I bought of one of his albums, and when he's in the Northwest here, he stays with me, and I asked him if he would do some artwork on the cover because it was just blank. So he did, and then he wrote on both sides, and then he says here, it says Hamill on Trail. And he looked at that and he says, "You think the label could at least get my fucking name right?" You know? But anyways, you got to check them out. Okay, and then I was going to say, and then Ani DeFranco, her quote on Ed is, he plays loud, fast music, informed by politics, passion, energy, and intelligence, played by a guy with a sharp tongue and a wicked sense of humor. He's got 16 albums out. Okay, and then the next one that I like is just a fantastic band. Good friend of mine turned me on to these. The Flat Five out of Chicago. They do 5-part harmonies. Great pop songs. If you love pop music, this is about as good as it gets. Chicago's twisted sunshine pop local supergroup featuring Kelly Hogan, Nora O'Connor, and members of NRBQ. Just fantastic. Scott Legion, the keyboard player and guitarist, his brother writes all of their songs. And I tell you, he is an amazing songwriter. Witty, funny lyrics. They're probably my favorite band right now. And that was their first album. This is their second album called Another World. And I'll leave a couple of links below because these guys deserve to be heard. And then next I have a British band, If, out of the UK. A brass band, jazz. It's probably even more jazzy than Blood, Sweat, and Tears. But I love these guys. I first read about them in Rolling Stone magazine when I was in high school, probably 1971 or so. And I was such a huge fan of Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears that I had to get one of their records. So this is their first album, which is very, very good. But the one I really love is the second album, If 2. There we go. Getting myself confused. If you love brass bands music and you have not heard If, by all means check them out. And then the last one, some of you probably know of him, some of you don't. He does folk, rock, jazz, fusion, funk. He's all over the board. He's from Texas. His father was an author who wrote spy novels under the name of Philip Atlee. His uncle was a CIA agent. Sean Phillips spent time in the Navy and then came out of the Navy, and in the 1960s he spent time playing in the folk clubs. He played by Tim Hardin, alongside Tim Hardin, Lenny Bruce. When he was in Saskatchewan, Canada, he met and gave guitar lessons to Joni Anderson, who you may know better as Joni Mitchell. Traveled extensively through Europe, lived in Paris and Italy, India for a while, where he got involved with the Eastern ways of life and the Eastern music and the Indian music. Learned to play sitar. His music is really, it can be just beautiful guitar music. It can be far out stuff with noises of the jungle. He met up with Donovan and is given, well, he's not giving credit for writing the melody of Season of the Witch. He did play on numerous Donovan albums and co-wrote another song with Donovan, I believe. Oh, and then through Donovan, he met Paul McCartney and ended up singing background vocals on Lovely Rita. Another one of his albums, this is my favorite one. This is Faces. And this is just a great album. This album is second contribution, and this has got my favorite song title by Sean Phillips, and that is She Was Waiting for Her Mother at the Station in Toronto, and You Know I Love You Baby, but It's Getting Too Heavy to Laugh. That's the song title. And I think the song is only, oh, it's 4 minutes. I was thinking it was really short, but it's almost 5 minutes long. But check him out. Guy's got credentials. He's good. Anyways, thanks for watching. And this video is in no way monetized. But we'll see you next time. Ciao.